welcome to the stream. Hope you guys are having a good afternoon. I am back. I was a little bit busy yesterday. Welcome Nuggets, welcome Rory, welcome Honda Man, and everybody else who's currently here. Alright, so I was going to do some HighRoller content. I was looking into I was thinking about maybe doing like my high action speed Cleric build, but HR is kind of dead right now. I don't know what's going on, but at least I don't really know what's going on, but I've been running around a little bit off stream, and solos has been like really empty. I'm talking like I might see another player when I'm playing, most likely not. Even in Goblin Caves, yes. And if I don't find anybody and I go to spectate, there's usually like one or two other players. So I'm not really sure what's going on. Like the player count is getting pretty low. We are down to like 4,000 players in dungeon. So like I guess it's not that surprising because you know there are a lot of different queues and maps and modes and etc. But it is really rough, fellas. I was gonna play HighRoller, but I don't want to just walk around empty lobbies all night. So I am going down to normals and we're just gonna like play for fun. I think I'm just gonna not even worry about the demigod grind anymore because I'm just bored of doing it. So we're just gonna go do some normals and just have fun. I don't really know. I don't think there is a solution. I think it's just a matter of like waiting for wipe. But it's yeah, it's just kind of boring at the moment. They're just HighRoller is just really empty. Hey remote, welcome. Good to see you. Hey Citizen Red, welcome. The people are in 224 HR. Honestly, man, even in 224, I feel like I don't see as many people as I see in normals. It feels like normals is like where everybody is. And then HighRoller, it's like you see some people in 224, and then once you try to go to 225 plus, it's like I'm walking around an empty lobby. I don't know. It's like, if you're trying to just farm for free, you can do it. It's probably a good time to do it, but yeah, it just feels really empty right now. So we're just going to do some normals games and kind of just go from there. So, yep, that's all I want to talk about. Check Laura HR. Yep, I have. I've checked both HR lobbies. I don't know what's going on. Maybe I'm just really unlucky, but I've been running around pretty frequently, and I just don't... I feel like I'm just not seeing other players. So I don't know if you guys are experiencing the same thing as me, but it's, yeah, it almost feels like a single-player game in HighRoller at the moment. And I'm even on one of the more populated servers. Usually, the US servers are, you know, I feel like you usually see more people there, but it's just not working for me. I don't know what's going on, but yeah, even on the US servers, they're not like I'm still coming across empty lobbies. Like if I was on like OCE or something, like I wouldn't be too surprised. But I don't know. I don't know, man. It's okay. I mean, I have fun in normals, so it's fine. Just, you know, my plans of maybe doing some geared HR runs have kind of been just thwarted. Unless you guys want to watch me like run around empty lobbies, which I don't think anyone wants to do. Even I really don't want to do that either, because it would just get kind of boring. Hey, Mr. X, welcome. Good to see you. How are you doing? What did the player count say? It's about 4,000 people in dungeon at the moment. And keep in mind, that's across every single... That's across all the platforms. So between Steam, Blacksmith, I guess Epic Games is gone now. So I guess Epic doesn't count anymore. But yeah, between all the platforms that are currently available, yeah, it's about 4,000 for dungeon. And then I think it's like 4,000 for lobby or something. You missed my wizard stream? Oh, you didn't miss anything, Citizen Red. You didn't miss anything. Wizard was awful. Wizard was really awful. You didn't miss anything, man. Don't worry. Don't worry. It's bad. Don't worry. You're good. Ghost King? Probably not. 8K is bad. Well, it's not even really 8K. Half of the people are sitting in lobby. It's really only 4,000 people if you're talking about active players. 4K is starting to get pretty low, yeah. I mean, it's pretty typical for end of wipe, so it's not like anything super surprising, but I mean, we still have a few weeks for wipe, right? I think it's April. No, is it April 10th? Or May? I don't remember the exact date, but we got some time before that happens. Where do you do Troll and Cyclops? Oh, it's random. You have to go through Fog of War and find the right maps or the right locations for it. Because normal says Fog of War now, so you actually don't know when the map first starts where to go. You have to find it yourself. Where do I want to go? I don't know, we'll just walk around. Multi-class numbers? That is not true. Multi-class was lower. I was there for multi-class. I was there for the whole thing. Multi-class, we were under 2,000 players for MC. I promise. I promise. I was there checking player count constantly. And I remember seeing like 1,500 or maybe even less than that. It was very, very low. We're getting close, but we're not quite there yet. We're not quite at MC. Yeah, Goblin Caves is now random, including the Fog of War. Yeah, it's randomized modules with Fog. That's correct. If you play HighRoller, then you don't have the Fog of War. Which I prefer. Personally, I don't like the Fog of War, but, you know. Why was the multi-class era so bad? Because it was really imbalanced, Beastly. Basically, you had every single player just running the most oppressive, like, build setups. Like, imagine a Rondel Dagger fighter with Iron Will and Smite. Swinging as fast as a Rondel does. It was really, really terrifying. It was really bad. And that's just one example, by the way. It wasn't, like, just fighters, but it was, like, everything. There were so many broken combinations, it was nuts. Wait, Yami started playing Tarkov? Wait, really? I'm not even surprised. Honestly, I gotta give some props to all the Dark and Darker creators who have been able to, like, solely stick to Dark and Darker. Yeah, no, it is a serious commitment. I do like this game. It's, yeah, I just, you know, just, like, okay. Imagine from a creator perspective that you go to stream and, like, your entire, like, content as far as, like, creation goes is typically PvP because everything's been solved. Like, you don't really have a lot of PvE content anymore because there's not that much to talk about. You know, it's all been talked about. So imagine, if you will, you're a creator and then you're like, okay, I'm gonna get some, like, PvP content for a build. And then you go into HighRoller and you see 0 players for hours. And, like, maybe you see a player here and there, but, like, if you don't find players consistently, there's no content anymore. Because, you know, the game's PvE isn't quite enough anymore. Because the content isn't really there. Because we haven't really gotten new PvE in a while. You know, when's the last, like, I guess we got, like, we got the new Ruins boss and stuff like that, but at this point, it's all been solved, you know? So you don't really have creators currently making content on that material. So it's mostly just still, like, PvP and builds and stuff like that. But, you know, if the players aren't there, then, you know, you can't really, it is what it is. Seriously, Sophie's SDF message? I did. Yes, I did. I saw SDF said that he would not remove solos unless the players wanted it, which is obviously not the case. I tried to get out of range. The Morning Star's range is just pretty long. We'll kill this guy in a second. He can't kill me. He's a cleric, so. We'll kill this guy in a minute. Sparky makes PvE content. I mean, it's great for him, but I just find it really boring, personally. Okay, he has now wasted his smite. So he will be. I should have this guy dead there in a minute, because he can't really run. I gotta just, even without my shield, I just have to push this. Damn it. Oh well. Yeah, yeah, PDR counters me pretty hard. It's okay. It's fine. Whatever. It's my first game. We'll just restart. PDR. It's my biggest counter. It's okay. Dude, that dude ate like crazy though, didn't he? Holy shit, that guy ate a lot of hits. That guy ate like... I think that guy ate like 5 hits or something. You try not to push me? Oh, well, you clapped your hands, so I was gonna come fight you regardless. I mean, I'm here for PvP. I'd rather die and re-kit than just run around. Can I go HR? No, because there's no players there anymore. The HR lobbies are dead. There's no point in playing HighRoller anymore. I can't believe I lost that with both my skills, and he had no skills. That's crazy. PDR is nuts. I'm guessing he had like 50% PDR, but still, that's actually kind of nuts. Okay, it's okay. It's really easy to kit here. I was gonna throw Frannies, but I kind of thought I could win that with my skills. I'm not really sure what more I could have done there. Hard to say. But yeah, there's no players in HighRoller anymore. So no, I physically can't play HighRoller unless I want to like run around. Yeah, it's the PDR is pretty much the reason I lost that, unfortunately. It's okay. It's not hard to re-kit. It's really not a big deal. It's also a warm-up game. That's the first fight I've played in like well, since earlier, but I didn't play a whole lot. I haven't really been able to get any PvP practice in because, you know, the HighRoller's just been like mobs. Worth buying higher tier throwing axes? Yeah, it is. But in normals, the amount of money I would spend on throwables would probably be more expensive than the kit itself. So it's really just a matter of if I feel like spending the money for it. Yeah, Goblin Cave's just random now, yeah. Hey, you're good, Chris. I appreciate you stopping by. Yeah, good game, boy. Club gamer? Yeah. I don't think the club is ever worth using, personally. I remember when the club first came out, I was really excited for it, because it meant that Cleric was finally gonna get another weapon. But I think the club... do you guys remember? Did the club get nerfed a lot? Or did it just become off meta? I think it got nerfed. Because every single cleric in the game just runs Morningstar, and all the barbs run like Zweihander or Warmaw for the most part. I'm like one of the only barbs out here at this point that I think even runs the hatchet. I know there's a few others that run it in like the lower lobbies, but as far as high gear lobbies go, you don't really see hatchet. It's pretty much all like Zweihander with the armor pen skill, from what I've seen at least. Or Warmaw. That also. I see that a decent bit too. But you don't really see, like, you just don't really see a lot of club. Even club barb is, like, super off meta, too. How's the dungeon? It's going alright. We died our first game, but that's to be expected. I usually expect to die in my first lobby. I mean, if you didn't aggro the entire room and then try to fight me, it probably would have went a little better for you. Club could crush stores. Well, it wasn't just the club, though. Fun fact, Francisca axes also used the crush doors. Anyone remember that? That was freaking great. That was so nice. I miss it. It would make for a great game mode. Dude, when Frannies could go and crush doors, as a barb, it felt like nobody could run from you. Because you didn't even have to take the time to crush the door itself. So, like, if someone was trying to run away and open a door, even if they shut it on you, the Franny would still break the door and you would just keep charging them. It was so nice. Scary time to not be a barb, but for barbs, it was pretty solid. Are these negative 124s? I don't know what that means. This is 124, yeah. Oh. Okay. Damn. Unlucky. That dude is super freaking fast. That dude's gotta be like 315, 320. Something crazy. Wizard in this meta. Wizard is pretty wild for sure. This is where having Crush would be useful. Oh, I'm out of Frannies. Wait, I actually might die to this guy. Maybe not. Wait, well, we're good. I have no Frannies to kill him. I don't know how he survived. He ate like 3 Franny hits. And he ate a, he ate 2 axe swings too. Holy shit. That is a crazy freaking tanky wizard. I don't know how he ate so many. Shit, I might have to put Crush back on. Which really sucks, but it might just be a requirement. I hate using Crush in these lower level. I hate using Crush in these lower lobbies. Because if you have like a Barb versus Barb, you can't have Crush because you'll just lose. You'll get DPS checked. Oh, I'm dead. Oh, that's cool. Okay. Alright. Sick. Alright. I'm gonna throw Crush back on. It's fine. After that wizard, I'll just throw Crush on. It's fine. 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 You win. Fine. I'm tired of people shutting doors on me. That wizard would have been such a free kill if I had Crush on. It would have been so free. That's so sad. That was such a free kill too. But yeah, the action speed of Barb is just so low. It's like, you know, what am I reasonably gonna do there? It's fine. So I have no, it'll be fine. So I'm gonna throw on Crush, and I'm gonna throw on what is it called? A felling axe. Yeah. We'll throw a felling on, so we can crush doors quickly. Because I don't use the felling anyway. Like I don't use the Bardiche anyway, right? So there's no like reasoning. There's no reasoning to run the Bardiche because it's so slow on Crush. So that's fine. We'll just run that instead. Okay, hold up. I'm trying to find a good pair of boots. But all these are bad. Give me a sec. Oh. They just don't exist. They're actually just not being sold. Okay. That's fine. Oh. Yeah, I can't allow classes like Wizard to get any distance on me, or that ends up happening. If we're gonna see Wizards in my lobby, I kind of have to throw Crush. I'm really surprised, because I usually don't fight Wizards. But if I do fight a Wizard, then, and if I don't have Crush and they're camping a door like that, then I'm actually at a pretty big disadvantage. So it's like, it's weird. Like, it's like, do you counterplay against, like, the Soul Wizard? Well, you kind of have to if they're in your lobby. But with Crush, I think it's kind of a non-issue. As long as you have that to break doors, it's like, eh, it's fine. What does more damage? Savage or Axe Spec? It has, well, it's Savage, right? Because Savage would add 3.9 damage, and Axe Spec only adds 3. I mean, it's pretty simple, right? So Savage just automatically does more damage. I mean, it seems simple enough to me. That's gotta be right. Spellcast Wizard is still good, Clay. It's just that you just lose for free to any rogue that happens to be playing the game that also has Cutthroat. So the answer to that was Ignite Wizard. But do you know what Ignite Wizard doesn't do now? It doesn't have Ignite. Because Ignite only lasts for, what is it? 8 seconds? So it's not really long enough to matter. Oh, right, I have Crush now, so I can just breeze through every door. Right. The only thing is, without Crush, or with Crush, it means I'm missing out on damage with the hatchet. So if I get into a Barb versus Barb fight, and I have Crush and he doesn't, I might just get stat checked. But it's better against other classes, so you're kind of like hedging at that point of like which class you're gonna be facing against. But I usually don't run Crush because it loses the Barb versus Barb fight. But yeah, if we're gonna see Wizards, then convince me Ignite was better than Caster Wizard. Post Ignite. Okay, well that guy is insane. That guy is clinically insane. That's it. What? What? What do you mean it's better? It has an 8-second timer on it. And by the time the 8 seconds is over, like, you're not even really gonna get to swing your weapon. That dude's insane. Did you hear Caster Cleric? No. No, you did not. Nope. No Caster Cleric here, sir. You gotta keep looking for that. How did I get, like, sandwiched between a druid and a sorcerer there? How did that happen? Also, if I have axe spec, that druid is probably dead, by the way. I have, like, I kind of, like, have a general idea of how many hits it takes to kill somebody. That guy is almost certain to be dead there. You went crazy when you asked what happened if Ignite isn't up. If Ignite is not... So, as a wizard, if you have Ignite, you cast it, and then they wait like 3 seconds. By the time they engage with you, because of the amount of time it takes to cast Ignite and then swap weapons and all that jazz, like, it's already gonna be gone, you know? Jesus Christ, this guy's gear is insane. Look at this. That is insane for normals. That is actually... That is crazy. No wonder he was so confident. I was wondering what he was wearing to be playing like that. Okay. That's crazy. Oh, well, hell, I should put those on myself. Screw it. I'll be the juicer this game. Might as well. That might explain a little bit more why he didn't die from that first engagement too. These are some. This is some pretty cracked gear. I am shocked he caught me there. I thought for sure he was gonna shut that door. 100% I thought he was gonna shut that door on me. Very surprised he didn't. You don't really need spreadsheets to do what that Druid did. It's not like he's running exact gear. He's just running all attribute true phys gear. It's nothing special. Remember, as a Druid, you don't need to bring weapons, so you can min-max better than every class can, except for Sorcerer, who does the same thing. Although Sorcerers like to bring better longswords, so even Sorcerer is kind of not, like, quite as strong as Druid is in terms of, like, min-maxing the levels. You guys remember when axe specialization was 5 damage? I remember. Those were the days. 5 damage axe spec, and I think the hatchet did like +3 damage by default. So I think my hatchet would do like 47, I think. It was, I don't know, it was very high. I don't know exactly what it was, but I know it was a lot. Okay, that's good. You were there, John? Can't believe it. I know you've been around for a while anyway. Well, that's kind of how it feels, John. So, like, axe spec is really, really crazy in low lobbies for damage. But Crush, on the other hand, solves the entire door meta problem. So it's like, do you want to do more damage and win against, like, 1v1 barbs and fighters and clerics more? Or do you run Crush and stop the door meta? Yeah, that, like, those are your two choices. You know, choose one or the other. I completely forgot that the Goblin Merchant gives you gear back in normals. I was not even considering that I was gonna get anything back. Wait, that's nuts. I don't know how I forgot this. I was thinking it was just like HighRoller. I don't know why I was thinking that. Okay, well that saves me some time for a future kit. That's pretty good. Something must have happened for me to get that back. I don't know what it was, but I'll take it. Chris, TV's never coming back, man. It's gone. You gotta just look forward to more games coming out, man. What happened to Demi? It's boring, is the only answer I have for you. I am bored out of my mind playing HighRoller where no one is currently playing and just farming PvE. It is really, really boring, man. I don't know what else to say. I would love to get Demigod, but I just don't think it's worth my sanity. I just don't know if I can bring myself. I'll do it. I know it's not hard, but it's just super boring to do. Maybe I'll do it at some point. I still have like a month to write, or maybe what is it, like 3 weeks? Not quite a month, but I still have time. So I might end up doing it, but I just don't feel like doing it anymore. I don't know, I feel like I already got the second to highest one. We don't even know the rewards of Demigod yet. I might not even care about the Demigod rewards. The last season rewards for Demi were pretty crappy. Wasn't it that like art thing that you don't even like get to see when you play solo anyway? You know, where you like the little like soul that you get whatever you call it. Okay, I'm just getting hit a million times by the bullet goblin. Okay. I guess all the mobs can just laser me today. That's fine, sure. I guess that works out. I was thinking maybe one of them would miss one of these shots. Okay. Is HR that empty? I mean, maybe I'm just really unlucky. But I'm telling you, I played a few HighRoller games, and it feels like I'm walking around an empty lobby. I don't know if you guys are experiencing the same thing that I am, but it is, it's very unfun. At that point, you might as well just be playing PvE, right? Which just gets boring for me. It's just because I've played the game for so long. There's not a lot of entertainment for me anymore. Like the prime entertainment for me playing Dark and Darker is PvP, just because of how many hours I've played the game. So like if my lobbies are all dead, then there just isn't a lot for me to do. It's more, I mean, it could be more of a me issue. You know, not everybody cares if their lobbies are dead or not, but I'm telling you, man, from my perspective, HR solo has been like very, very deep recently. And I know it's not just me who's noticed it, but, you know, it is what it is. You feel the same in 24 to 124 because you're alone in crypts? It feels like the highest population for solos is Goblin Caves, and specifically normals. You just did the go down twice meta and grinded it out in 2 nights. Oh, John, are you talking about where you just go down twice and then like just die and just keep resetting for the 200 AP? Because there was a screenshot of a warlock on Reddit who got, I think he got it with like no PvP kills at all. I think he literally just did the like the portal cheesing. Did Dungeonborn die? Yeah, biceps. Dungeonborn's been dead for a while now. If you go to the Steam page for Dungeonborn, it's not even on the Steam. It's not even up anymore. You can no longer download that game. It is officially dead and gone. I mean, it's been dead for a while, but I mean, it's like it's. What games am I waiting for? Oh, I mean, I've said it a few times, EGB. It hasn't changed. Midnight Walkers is in June. Mistfall Hunter is later this month, I think. And then Vault Breakers, I think, is also in April. Outside of that, there's no other games that I'm looking forward to specifically. But, you know, that could change. You know, you know, a random game could just pop up on my radar and I could end up having fun with it. But right now, that's what I'm looking forward to most. Legacy? Well, I didn't include Legacy because I already have been playing that, but right now I'm just waiting for updates for that game. I am still looking forward to Legacy. It's just the game needs so many updates, and the game's player count is so low that I feel like I can't really play the game anymore, which is why I've swapped back to Dark and Darker. Because even though Dark and Darker's player count is low, Legacy's is, you know, even lower. So in terms of playing the game, it just feels kind of dead at the moment. So I'm just gonna sit around and wait for the devs to do some more updates, and we'll kind of go from there. And that's not to say that I dislike Legacy. I still really like that game. But, you know, until we get more updates, nothing's gonna bring the player count up until something else happens. So I don't know. I'm kind of just like done with it for the time being. It kind of is what it is. If Legacy had a higher player count, like right now, I would still be willing to play it. Is this BOC Phantomize? Okay. I don't know. I don't really know what to say. Okay. Darn it. You came here when I was using the B-sword mallet? Those were the days. Actor. That guy? I don't know what he was doing. Oh, I'm just dead. I didn't have my skills on. My skills were on cooldown. That's unfortunate. Yep, pretty good. Yeah, that's just, yeah. My skills are on cooldown, so that's unlucky. If I had rage there, I wouldn't have died. I can't fight a cleric with both his skills up. I need rage to pop and then run away. Unlucky. I was in, like, the worst possible spot without range. Alright, Cleric. You win this time. You win this time. It's okay. This is silly. I think my rage still had, like, a 20-second cooldown or something. It was something like that. It was too long. Too long to survive that. I'm really surprised that he was able to also outrun me with my fists out when he had a Morning Star and a heater shield out. I don't know how we even got the first hit off. That's kind of surprising. Like, with rage, I know I get away, but without rage, I feel like I still should have, but meh, whatever. TV being the most asked about? It's not really the most asked about, Witchy. It's just that you remember the specific times that DB is asked about. It's more that than anything else. It also makes sense because I played DB for, like, the entire lifespan of, you know, the entire lifespan I played it, so. You know what's crazy? You killed a 124 Druid with 33 agility and 155 HP. I believe it. Druids are running some cracked out kits, man. Yeah, Druids are crazy. Because they don't have to use weapons. So they can use all of their gear score on gear, which is really, really good. Like, it gives you a really big advantage. Your HR games have also been dead. Yeah, I don't think it's been just me. Isn't it funny that the only playable cleric build left is Divine Protection and Smite, or Smite and Judgment? Although the better, like the one by far that's more played is the Smite Divine Protection. When is the last time that we saw a spell cleric in the meta? I'm not even sure at this point. It's been a long time. It's kind of sad to see, man. Where's all the spell clerics at? Because Smite Divine Protection Cleric is basically like pseudo Barbarian. It's like the same exact thing, with slightly different like perks and skills. But the general idea of the class is exactly the same. It's just it's, you know, just melee, pretty much. You're surprised how often you get +1 all rings. I don't even run + all. Like, I don't run super min-max here. I just run the bare minimum that makes my build playable. Gotta go from there. Because chances are, if I'm gonna die, I would die anyway, with or without the better gear. It feels that way sometimes, at least. Nope, there is no door. That was my muscle memory kicking in. Okay. It's gotta be a druid, right? We love druids. We love druid players. Holy shit, man. One of these days, druid will actually be a balanced class in this game. One of these days. Not today, but someday. You can still do the rat door thing? Yeah. You think Iron Mace... Did you think they were gonna balance Druid, Mr. X? Are you on crack? Of course it's still here. What are you talking about? What? What? Of course the Druid... Of course the door Druid is still in the game. I am shocked that you thought that there wouldn't be Druid platform jumping. Is there really nobody in HR? Yeah, HR is very dead at the moment, Fungus. There's very few people left there. If you want to find players, normals is the place you have to do it. Just kind of is what it is. For the time being, at least. Human resources for HR. Well, if it wasn't in the context of Dark and Darker, then yeah, I could see that. I could see the mistake. I could see why you would think that. Look at his name. Who is this? Which one of you degenerates is this? Actual real, like, this is actually a paid actor. Not like, I'm like not even joking. This is literally a... Okay. Anyway. How fast do you think this gentleman is? Bro, this guy, that dude's gotta be 325. Holy shit, he's fast, dude. That dude is like max. That dude is so fast, I can't even catch him with rage. That is crazy. Holy shit, how much speed does he have? That dude's gotta be in some biz or something. He might be max movement speed. I don't think I'm catching him without Achilles. Probably. Oh, you're... Or he does that. Alright, I cannot wait. I gotta see this guy's gear, man. I know it's gotta be good. How much is he geared? We're gonna find out here in a second. Yeah, I was pretty on point. This is pretty good for normals. Max speed, like near best. It's all good. I mean, it's definitely good gear. Honestly, it's not even as good as I thought it would be. It's not BIS. It's good, but it's not BIS. I guess rogues are just really fast. That dude had to be at least 320 to 325, right? Because if I can't catch him with rage up, then I don't... I mean, he's got to be almost move speed cap. You died fast? Yeah, because he got hit by 2 mobs. The goblin melee hit him, and then he got hit by the ranger. So, yeah, his health was gone just from the mobs alone. How do you get 325 in normals unless it's with move speed buff from ambush? I mean, I'm not really sure. I just know that I popped Rage, which brings me up to move speed cap, and I still was unable to catch him, which means that his default speed had to be very close to max. That's fair. Maybe he used the ambush and I just didn't notice. Either way, his default speed is still fast because I was unable to catch him with my default speed, which is 314. So I think he was at least 320, right? I would think he was at least. It's you, bro? What's up, sir? Are you serious? Is that really you? Are you the barb? What are you doing, man? What is happening here? What is this? Okay. You pulled your first coin bag? Oh no. You got a coin bag and not a gold coin chest? Are you doing normals farming? I think the gold coin bag is the same drop chance as a gold coin chest. Right? Correct me if I'm wrong. Random trios. I mean, it's still really funny that you got that. Yeah, they are not easy to grab at all. They are super rare. Wait, there was still a player left? I'm surprised. Yeah, Fungus, you're probably right. Maybe he used his ambush when I popped my rage. That's the only thing I can think of. Everyone is saying HR is dead. Ranger, are you saying that in a statement that you're saying that HR doesn't feel dead to you? Or are you just saying that just as like a general message, like everybody thinks HR is dead? Streamers are saying it's that also. Well, you know what's interesting, Ranger? I've seen some people just say that, oh, you know, it's the end of wipe, so that's why it's dead. I don't think that's entirely true. Because I was playing HR last wipe, and I was getting plenty of players in my lobbies. Plenty of them. Like, I was making dark and darker content at the end of, was it last patch or the one before that? I don't know, it was one of the last two wipes I was playing. I think it was the last wipe. And I was running, like, named items and stuff. I was seeing so many players. So, I don't think it's just as simple as saying, oh, the wipe is over. Like, I don't think that is why the lobbies are dead. I think there is something else going on. Maybe you don't agree with me there. Maybe you do, I don't know, but I don't think it's only end of wipe. I don't think it is. I think that is just coping. I don't know what exactly is the reason for it, but I don't think it's just end of wipe. get one player interaction a game in HR. You don't know how dead that is to the game before. Hyperion, compared to before in HighRoller, I used to find like 3 to 4 people like every game. It was like, it was really, really, really frequent compared to what it is now. I'm seeing like 75-80% less people, I think, on average compared to what I used to run into. It's not even a guarantee that I run into people anymore. It's like, I don't even know. It's just not a guarantee anymore. It's kind of just like rolling a dice and just hoping that someone comes across your path. Player count is low. The player count is low, but still, man, like none of those players are playing HighRoller. Like 4,000 is low, but shit, man, that's it's not that low, you know? It's I don't know. I don't know if it's because of the amount of queues that makes it feel so dispersed, but like, to give you an example, Legacy only has like 700 players or something at most, and I still find more players in Legacy than I do in Dark and Darker HighRoller mode. This isn't like a node to saying Legacy feels better as a game. I'm just putting it out there that I find more players in Legacy with a significantly lower player count. My only thought is it's probably because of the amount of splits the game has, because there's so many different modes and servers and like types you can play, solo, duo, trio. If we did a count of how many different queues there are, that's probably why the game feels so dead, is my guess. Change it, there is the fog, random, the fog in normals and static in HR. Yeah, it does. I also agree with you. It feels weird that fog is in normals, but HR doesn't have it. SDF apparently doesn't like fog, so it's probably going away next season anyway, so I'm just like, it's probably gonna be gone soon, I would guess. Oh, it's just a dead end. Isn't Mistfall soon? Yes. Mistfall is supposed to be at the end of this month, or early next month, one or the other. His Dungeonborn? Yeah, Treasure, that, the game is, it's probably not coming back, man. That game is, it's gone, man. Why do I think HighRoller is dead? Because whenever I play HighRoller, I don't find any players. And when I do leave a game and I go into spectate mode, I usually find like maybe 1 or 2 people max in my lobby. And that's being generous. Sometimes I just leave and there's no one there. It feels very, very unfun just seeing empty lobbies constantly. You don't know why they don't add like a minute queue time before the games instead of shooting people into lobbies. Well, that's what they used to do, Jones. The game did not used to have the current system in play where you join in progress. They did that when they removed the rotation of maps. So you used to have to wait the full timer, and then you would go into a lobby and no one could join at that point. It was like a normal game. Now you have the continuous dungeon system, but apparently even the continuous dungeon system is not enough to get players into HighRoller. So I'm really confused exactly what's going on. There is 288 queues. Wait, Nicotine, is that true? Are there really 288 different queues? Because you're making me want to test it after this game. Are you serious? Is it really that many? Because that almost sounds unreal. Are you sure? That's insane. Really? Fog Aware doesn't work if you can open the map. The reason why fog exists is to prevent people from having their bearings and rushing to certain corners of the map. You know, there's a fair point there. I just don't think I don't think Fog War like fits in this game at all. I don't like it one bit. I'd rather them just get rid of it, personally. So I play HR 224, 224 plus. Original, I mostly was trying to do 225 plus. I tried a little bit of, I will say there are more people in 224, but it's still not a lot. 225 plus, it feels like a ghost town. So it's a little bit different between the queues. I will say that. But I still find way more people in normals than HighRoller, regardless. But yes, 224 is a little bit more popular. I definitely noticed that too. You don't feel bad for them, the removal of bunny hop? Wait. Kids, do you not think they should have removed bunny hopping? Because I can't really agree. I think bunny hopping was not really supposed to be in the game the way that it was being used. I think it's perfectly fine. Who needs your skills? Just just phase through the door and it'll catch them off guard, I guess. Okay. Anyway. You did some decent gear too. To be fair, you do not want the pregame lobby, but the continuous is annoying. You don't need a pregame lobby to not have continuous dungeon. Those are completely separate things. This game has been running for a while without continuous dungeon and also not having the pre-lobby. Do the math, yeah, it's 36 queues per server and 8 servers. I'm gonna check right now because that sounds like absurdly. That sounds absurd. If there's actually 288 different queues, then that would explain a lot. I'm gonna check right now, because that's kind of insane. Well, that was kind of a big problem too, Fungus, right? The fact that bunny hopping gave you an advantage specifically if your PC was better or not. That's not really okay for your game, I don't think. Oh. Whatever, it's fine. Yeah, let's, I'm actually really curious now. Okay. So, we have how many servers? Okay, there are 8 servers in the game. Alright, you know what? We're gonna pull out the old calculator for this one. Okay, so there are 8 different queues. Okay. And then when you're in the game, there are 3 different queues. Solo, duo, trio. And there's normal. And, you know, there's 2 different modes. So there's 6, right? 2, 4, 6. And then 8, 10, 12. So it's 6, 12, 18, 24, 30, 36. Is that right? Because it's 6 per? Or is my math wrong? Right? Because there's solo, 0 to 24. Yeah, so it's 1, 2, 3. Yeah. Wait, no. Am I right? Yeah, it's 6 per, right? 6, 12, 18, 24, 36. So it's 36 times 8, right? Wait, that's actually true. Yeah, that's it. There are 288 queues in this game. And that does not include arena. That is with arena being closed. Okay, so let's take it a step further then. Okay. So there's 288 queues. And there's 4,000 people in dungeon. So 4,000 divided by 288. Did you know that there are 14 players per queue right now? based on the number of players in dungeon. Because 4,000 divided by 288 is about 14. So every single queue on average will have 14 to 28 players. 28 if you want to count the lobby players. That is insane. And that makes a lot more sense why it feels like the game is so dead. Because that is absurdly low. And didn't SDF say that most players are in normals, not HighRoller? Didn't he say there was something like 50% of players played high or normals or something? Or was it more than 50? It was a lot. So if you want to take it a step further, if you're more weighted to have players in normals versus HighRoller, it means that the HighRoller is not 14 per queue. It's probably less than that. It's probably like half of that. It's probably like a 75-25 split or something. So there's like less than 10 people per queue for HighRoller. That actually makes so much sense why the game feels so dead. Because you have a lot of people, but there's too many queues. And I don't think anyone would really argue against that. Like that is definitely too many queues, right? Like that feels like really, really high. I knew there was a lot, but it didn't quite click how many there were until like just now. OCE is dead. I mean, okay. So you take off one singular thing, so instead of 8, it's times 7. That's still like 250 queues. That's still really bad. And that doesn't include the fact that, again, the players are weighted towards normals, because you have free-to-play players and just more people in general playing there. So the normals queues are even lower than... It's not even 14 for HighRoller. It's probably something like 7 to 8. If that. So I don't know. That's assuming that people are spread evenly among all of them, but that's good math. Well, obviously not everybody is spread evenly, right? But that's still, I think, important information to think about. That still feels really crazy to me. I mean, I don't know. What do you guys think? What? Okay. Here's a question for you guys. Right now, are you playing normals or HighRoller? And if you are only playing normals or you're only playing HighRoller, what is the reason for it? Because it feels like there's a super big imbalance on people playing normals, which just kind of makes the problem even worse. So I'm gonna guess that most of you guys also are probably playing normals, but I could be wrong. I mean, it could just be random too. I mean, not you know, even though it's like even though more people play there, you know, I would assume that most people are probably in normals that are here. That would be my guess. You play normals, Mana? Nord, you don't even play at all? That's fair. That's fair. 225 plus HR for the AP grind, 124 for PvP. Okay. So that's basically what I've been doing. You're not playing at all, but when you did, it was only HR. Okay. Which means the free-to-play entrance of Dad didn't work. Well, you can't say that necessarily. I mean, how many players that were free-to-play bought the game? I don't know if there's any way for us to know that or not, but I don't know if you can exactly say that it didn't do anything. I kind of disagree on that. The only way you could say that for sure is if you knew Iron Mace's like numbers in their books, and you were able to see with your own eyes like what kind of money they're making, and what amount of people went from free to play to paid. I'm sure it was worth it monetarily for them. At least I'd imagine it was. This wasn't a thing a week ago. It's the end of wipe. Honda, it's not just the end of wipe, man. I was playing last wipe and I was getting tons of players in HighRoller. I have video footage of it to prove it. It's not just the end of wipe, man. The numbers that we have right now I'm pretty sure even lower than we had last time at the end of wipe. I could check the Steam charts to prove it. Because I am almost positive that we have less players now than we did at the end of last wipe. Because I remember having very full lobbies. Like, constant PvP. After seeing the math, it's pretty obvious to you there should be one HR queue and one normal queue. Whether that's true or not, you will never get people to agree with you. Because people are 100% set on their, like, having the gear separated. I don't think I think the moment Iron Mace does that, I think the game will just decline in players. Because they've had it in the game for so long, I'm not sure if you can, like, reasonably get away from it. Why does this game have no advertising? They do advertise. I don't know exactly what they do, but I know there is some advertisement. Oh, goody. A PDR fighter. I love fighting those. I sure love my PDR fighter. Okay. Anyway. Anyway. Good point. You remember that too, to be honest. Yeah, so like, Honda Man, I'm not trying to argue with you and try to say that the end of wipe doesn't result in less total players, because holy sh... That dude scared the hell out of me. He scared me, man. I heard the footsteps. What are you doing, buddy? I mean, he really could have attacked me, so... I would almost feel kind of bad. You want to have a fist fight? Gosh! Yes! Oh my god, this gas! Good game, man. Oh, get away. You dickhead. Get out of here. Goddamn Druid. Ruining the fun. Get out of here. Oh, okay. Thought you were gonna be rude. Anyway. You agree with me, but you think this wipe has gone on longer than previous wipes? I don't think it has. Last wipe was really long too, wasn't it? Oh boy, I get to refight the same Druid again. Alright. That guy's name? Oh my god, it's just okay. It's okay. Alright. Probably someone from stream. Is it that Sepsir guy or was he lying? I don't know. That's pretty funny though. Oh my god, look how many... He's in like this! Holy shit, look at this guy's gear! Oh my god. What are you wearing, Buster? It's normals. Oh my goodness, man. Look at this loot I just got. Okay, sure. Agility set goes bear? Yeah, I'm a little confused on that one too, I'm gonna be real. It was a little weird. You're not lying, Scepter? Is that really you? Were you here for that fist fight? That was fun. The straw hat? Oh, should I grab the straw hat? It's too late now. I was so fixated on the other gear. I didn't realize the straw hat was good. You play other types of games like roguelikes? I actually really do enjoy roguelike games. But as far as roguelike games for streaming, the problem is I just don't know what game I would play on stream in terms of roguelike. Because I do like roguelikes, but I haven't played them in a while. For example, I used to play a lot of Hades, but, you know, I beat Hades and I was kind of done with it. I did consider playing Slay the Spire on stream. I haven't done it, but I did consider it. There's not a lot of other games that I'm currently playing in terms of roguelike. It's not that I don't enjoy roguelike. It's just that I haven't really it's just that I haven't played them on stream. And I also haven't just played them in general in a while. You prefer watching the game than playing it? I don't blame you. There are some games out there that I'll watch and not play. What's an example of that? What's a game that I used to watch and not play? Mario Kart is a game that I don't play a lot, but sometimes I'll watch videos on it. I still like Mario Kart. I just haven't played it in a while. Fights just feel better in 124 and more goofy interactions like that. HR fights are over quickly. There is no chance that I would ever have somebody in HighRoller willing to fight me with fists and not, like, cheat and pull out his weapon or something. What is a roguelike? You ever play Hades? Because it's exactly like Hades. Or Slay the Spire, or Binding of Isaac. There's more out there. I just have to think of them. That's Tarkov for you? Dude, you know what's funny? I used to watch Tarkov years ago. I was huge on watching Tarkov gameplay. But I have no interest in ever playing it for myself. Absolutely none. It's funny. Honestly, Slay the Spire would be pretty fun to play. That would actually be pretty cool. I don't know what kind of, I don't know how many people would really want to watch me play something like Slay the Spire just because it's been out for so long. Like, it's kind of one of those games that I feel like has been kind of played out. I'm not really sure how much there is to do, you know? Like, I could play through it, and we could just do it and while we're waiting for other games. But in terms of, like, longevity, there's only so much there, I'd imagine. Oh, Risk of Rain is another one, yeah. I played Risk of Rain 2 just last night, a little bit off stream. Played it with a friend of mine. Slay the Spire 2 is coming out soon. Oh, is that true? Oh, okay. I didn't know that. Maybe it would be a good time to try out Slay the Spire if that's the case. When you put it that way, yeah, it wouldn't be a terrible time to try it. Slay the Spire 2 is now live. What do you mean it's live? I thought that game wasn't out yet. Is it out? It's not out yet. It just says planned release date 2025. Play some Halo 3. Oh, I love Halo. I love Halo 3. I haven't played it in a while, but I do like that game. Slay 2 is coming. Oh, okay. Your message got deleted. Never mind. The early access will be available soon. Oh, really? Okay. Well, shit, maybe I should try Slay the Spire then. It would be a good time to do it, if that's the case. I think it's on sale on Steam right now, too. Oh, you know what else is really fun? Balatro is great. I've played that every once in a while. It's like video game crack. Something like that. We love gambling here. We love gambling. ODST? I remember playing that. It's just been a little bit. I didn't play that nearly as much as Halo, though. Okay, it... Bro, I thought that was a barb. I thought it was a barbarian. I was wondering where the barb went. I didn't know it was a rogue. Okay. Alright. Anyway. I mean, there was nothing I could do. Alright. Oh. My skills were on cooldown and I didn't have full health, so I can't beat a PDR fighter like that. No, I don't even get to loot because I got third partied. Oh, it's so sad. That guy only beat me because I had no HP. And my skills were just taking way too long. What an undeserved death. Undeserved, I tell you. Tragic. So sad. It's so sad. Oh well. Oh well. What are you gonna do? Hopefully he needs the gear more than I do. Hopefully. Although that means he'll probably take all my loot, so that's kind of sad too. Are you gonna log into Dungeonborn? I thought about it, but I don't know. Realistically, probably not, because when the last day is around, I'll be busy playing other games anyway. So I don't even really want to, like, give the time of day, you know? It's one of those, like, the devs obviously don't give two shits about the game, so why should I kind of deals. Like, if I have other stuff that I'm doing, I'm not going to take time to, like, bother, you know? Damn. It's so sad, man. Also, I was, like, backed into a corner, too, so I had nowhere to go. So sad. Okay, well. Oh, well. This is what it is. I was hoping maybe he'd call my bluff when I used the rage in Savage Roar. But, he started swinging and then I died. So. Oh, well. Played Druid? No. I haven't played Druid around since it first released. Balatro is very, very good. It's probably one of the best card games that I've ever played, as far as electronic games go. It is kind of hard to beat it. To give you an idea, the last time I sat down to play, I haven't played it in a while, but when I sat down to play Balatro the last time, I sat down and I started playing it, and then I want to say like 5 hours went by and I didn't even notice. Like I think it was like 10 o'clock when I sat down, and then I looked at the time and it was like 3 o'clock, and I was like, oh my god, like what happens? It's very, very easy to get drawn in and just play it for hours and you don't even notice you're playing it. You're just like zoned in. It's insane. You don't remember from my video entirely, but didn't one of the devs lie to me about the updates and DMs? Yeah, so I was told in DMs that we had like certain updates that were supposed to be coming and they just never did, yeah. So I don't know what happened, but I can confirm that that developer has never reached back out to me. So we are kind of at the point where it's like, I don't know, man. I don't know if I'm not saying Hellhammer is to blame or not to blame. I don't know. But the reason I don't know is because he disappeared off the face of the earth. And he never even sent me as much as a, like, I can't talk anymore, the game. He never sent me anything. You know, not a word. So, from my perspective, all I can really think of is, yeah, like, he basically just told me a bunch of stuff that never happened, and then the game got abandoned from there. Pretty much. They only get 2 trees, right? Okay. I guess he forgot he had rat form. I was gonna roar, but honestly, I didn't think he'd even try to swing at me. Usually, warlocks, if you catch them like that, they'll just run and die. Most of them don't have the cojones to even swing their weapons. I should have roared, but oh well. Honestly, you don't see a lot of warlocks anymore. Usually, if I see a spellcaster, it's a sorcerer. Warlocks and wizards, I think, are way less played at this point. Where his body went. I don't really care, to be honest. I'm fine with how that went off. Yeah, you guys are making me consider Maybe I will do Slay the Spire on stream. I feel like that would be fun to play through. I did play it once, years ago. I played it like a little bit, so I have like a general idea of what the game is. But I mean, I'd be pretty blind. You know, I know like some of like the basics, and I know like the starter class, but I don't know much outside of that. But I mean, with Slay the Spire 2 coming, it would be a really good time to give that a go. You tried 124s and couldn't find people? Well, I don't know about Crypts and Ruins, but 124 on Goblin Caves is pretty poppin'. I've been having pretty constant players that I've seen, so it's not really an issue here, at least. You know what Slay the Spire is? It is a roguelike card game. Well, card game... Yeah, I mean, that's it, right? I mean, I don't know what else to really call it. That dude was, sneaky. Yeah, Complex, if you really want PvP, just play 124 Goblin Caves. You should get plenty of it. Every dead high creep rogue is a dopamine burst for you. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Pretty good. I haven't found the elevator room. I should really look for an exit. I could just use the portals. That's fine. I mean, honestly, but until Mistfall Hunter comes out, I'm kind of at like a block of what to play and stream. Because Legacy doesn't really have the viewership to make it worth playing that game, and it's definitely not worth making content for it until like something happens, whether it be like significantly more content or like a big player like jump. Right now, it just isn't worth playing. Dark and Darker is kind of getting to the same point where it's starting to feel like it's not really worth playing very much either. Especially with, like, the lobbies seemingly not filling in, you know, half of the game modes, which is HR. So I don't know. Maybe it would be... Maybe, I don't know. I'm kind of convincing myself. Maybe I should give that game a go. But I can't really think of a better time to do it than right now. What is Wait for Dark and Darker? April 10th, I'm pretty sure. Hey, Sanctum, good to see you, man. Good to see you. Give what game a go? We're talking about Slay the Spire. So I know, I played it before, but it's been a few years ago, and I only played it a little bit. I do remember it being fun. It's a roguelike card game. And apparently Slay the Spire 2 is coming out soon, so it might be a good time to try out the first game. And I'm at like a kind of blockade of having no games that I really want to play or stream. Besides, at this point, Dark and Darker every once in a while. So I'm kind of thinking of maybe giving that game a go, and we'll just kind of see how it is. There is a lot of stuff to do over the next few months. Yeah. You're not wrong, Mattis. You're not wrong. There's a lot. Even just for extraction games, there's a lot of stuff to look forward to. I mean, we have 3 games coming out in the next 3 months. That's a lot. You know, we're going from only having Dark and Darker to, I mean, I guess, in Legacy. But Legacy is kind of, you know, in progress right now. We're going from basically only having Dark and Darker to, you know, to having access to hopefully 3 more. And I hope all 3 are end up, I hope at least one of them end up good with a higher population than like a couple hundred. That's what I hope at least. We'll have to see how it goes. It would be cool to see. You know, I would love to see another one of these fantasy extraction games balloon, you know, past the 10, 20, 30k point. That would be pretty cool. I mean, I don't think I've ever heard a single bad thing about Slay the Spire. That game has been pretty much only been talked about in a positive light as far as everyone that I've ever, you know, spoken to. Which games? Tolub, are you talking about the extraction games that I'm talking about? Or are you talking about Slay the Spire, the game that I was considering playing? Extraction? Oh, okay. Yeah, so there's Mistfall Hunter, which is the Dark Souls extraction game coming out in playtest, I think at the end of this month or early next month. We're supposed to find out more sometime soon from the devs. Then we have Midnight Walkers, which is the zombie extraction game, coming out in June. And then we have Vault Breakers, which is the top-down extraction game that's supposedly coming out. I know there's a playtest in April, and then I think it comes out somewhere around in June as well. Go with the IRL streams. I've been going on my walks again. I could take you on my walks. We could become a hiking channel. Play the Spire is fun. Yeah, no, I keep hearing about it. I keep hearing it's great. IRL streams with random discussions. I don't even know how to do an IRL stream. What do I even use to stream? What, my phone? I don't fucking I don't know. I don't know how to do any of that. I just use my OBS usually. People would tune in to watch me walk? Would they? I don't know. Maybe. For a simple setup, you'd use your phone? Yeah, I don't know. It would feel really weird. Like, where does the phone go? Do I just hold it? I don't know. I don't know how to do any of those. Yes, please run through the fire. Please. Do it. Do it. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, you messed up. Okay. Sorry, buddy. He got scared, I guess. He hesitated. He definitely could have won that. He just didn't swing. You played Midnight Walkers, second to last playtest, but only got a few hours in the recent one. Midnight Walkers needs a lot of work, but it was fun. Have a step tracker going and stuff. Yeah, maybe. Maybe. It would feel very weird to do an IRL stream of my hikes. That would feel, it would feel very, like, it would definitely feel weird to me. Yeah, I don't have much else to say. It would definitely feel a little odd. Find people to fight? In normals, I find plenty of people. I just killed somebody like a minute ago. It's the HighRoller where I have a hard time fighting players. Yeah, I actually got my, I got my weights back out, too. After I moved, I had misplaced my weights and I couldn't find them. So I finally, like, sat through and looked through all my shit, and I finally found them. I might start using my weights again, too. That's what I was doing, like, maybe 6 months ago. I used to do weights, like, 3 times a week, something like that. Probably would be good for me to go back to doing that. Between the hiking and that. Probably a good idea. You wanna cook with me too? Bro, we ain't doing much cook. I don't know, man. We ain't cooking too much. Made cheeseburger quesadillas yesterday. I guess. So, I don't know what to call them, but I guess that's. I don't know. Maybe a cheeseburger melt. I don't know. I don't know what the word for them is. One set every death. I don't really die enough though. It would almost have to be for kills. Not a whole lot of sets happening if it's dying, really. Although I guess the point is it's supposed to be a punishment or something. Humble flex? I wasn't flexing, I was just speaking the truth. Speaking the truth isn't flexing. It's not like I'm dying every game. Nothing humble about that. No, it was fine. I wasn't. I was just talking. Time to eat. You were hungry already. Yeah, I'll have to do some. I'll have to make something later. I'll do something after stream. I already did my walk for today. It's fine, guys. It's fine. I am the most humble streamer out there. Just don't worry about it. Just don't worry about it. Bob Block is outperforming me? It's not my fault I can't find anybody. Wait, he's over here. Where'd he go? I don't know. It's this stupid fog of war, man. I don't know where I'm going. Just walking. He was there a minute ago. I don't see him anymore. Oh my god, there he is. I think you're dead, right? Does it count as outperforming if I killed him? I think yes. I think that mage hit him too, which is pretty funny. Unlucky for him. But he did me a solid. Gotta kill the bully. Okay. He did parry the goblin. Yeah, but he didn't get the swing first. Unlucky for him. Because that mage hit him for a ton of damage. Yeah, I have to find an exit. Already used. Okay. The elevator this way? Yeah, we're good. What is my build? Pretty much just movement speed and true damage. With like 315 speed and a legendary hatchet. There's really nothing special to it. We're just doing meta stuff. Meta speed, meta true damage. Same old, same old. Wasn't that a dex cloak? I might have missed the dex cloak. Yeah, I think I just accidentally forgot to grab it. It's fine though. We have to leave anyway. I did forget to grab it though. That's on me. How does not having a shirt? You don't need a shirt. The shirt is not a big deal. It's fine. I run Savage, so I get 10% damage for not having one, so it makes up for the downside. That's why I run Savage Roar, because of my low PDR, to try to help me win those fights. Because we do have low PDR, but it works out for the most part. We do get stat checked in fights against PDR if we don't get a Savage Roar off properly. But yeah, it's pretty important to try to bait out their skills slash, you know, go in with both your skills. With those, you should be fine. I mean, it's usually fine for me. I would say on a bad day, I'm winning probably at least 6 or 7 out of 10 fights. And that's like a bad day where I'm just dying way too much to like third parties or some other stuff. On a good day, if I'm just having straight, like, fair 1v1 fights over and over again, and I'm also playing well, I feel like I can go, like, 9 out of 10 pretty easily. It's something like that. But again, it depends on, like, how frequently I'm playing the game and how well I'm playing. It's a little bit of both. I don't think I'm on my A game today, so I don't think I'm definitely not going that. I'm probably more like 6 out of 10 today. I've died to, I think, I died to 2 third parties where I had no chance to win. And then I died to a PDR Cleric that stat checked me, even though he had no skills and I did. I don't know how I lost that. And then I think I got stat checked by another PDR fighter or something. Something like that. If we're talking about just fair 1v1 fights, this should be winning like 8 or 9 out of 10. As long as you're playing like, you know, good and smart. Something of a mix of those two. I'm out of space? Oh. I realized I was out of space. I really need to stop hoarding. Alright, I'll just start grabbing the heals. I really don't need to store this many heals. Okay, good enough. Felling axe? It's for crush. It's for doors. So I usually do not use crush, but I encountered a wizard player, and I didn't have crush, so I couldn't kill him, so it's kind of annoying. I think not having crush is better against certain matchups, because then I can run axe specialization for more damage. It's pretty much just a choice. It's a tech choice. Which one of who you want to be better against. It's also decent utility, even if it's not against like a wizard or something. Anyone that's trying to like do the door meta on you, where they just shut the doors in your face, you know, Crush is pretty good at stopping that. Is it worth to keep a chest piece in inventory? No, because it's 124 lobbies. You don't have enough gear score for that. The only way you'd run a chest piece is if you ran a lower rarity hatchet, which I'm not sure if that's worth doing, because then you lose 3 movement speed. Movement speed is everything. You know, losing 3 speed because of that feels pretty bad. If the chest piece was 0 movement speed, then I would wear it. But it's not, so I don't. That's kind of the simple answer to that. I don't feel like I can afford to lose out on, like, 3 movement speed. That's just so massive. I'm barely movement speed capped with my hatchet out with rage. If I do any lower, then I might not be able to catch them anymore. It's all about movement speed in solos. If you're not the fastest class in the game, then someone else will be faster and they'll probably fight you. That's not fun. At least without Achilles strike, and I'm not running Achilles. If you have Achilles, you can get away with being a little bit slower. It's fine. But without Achilles, you know, it's a little bit tougher. But Achilles helps me a lot for certain matchups, like barbs and fighters. So it's like, it's really hard to drop it. How to change his movement speed based on rarity? No. But the hatchet has more gear score. So if you want to run a chest piece, you have to drop the legendary hatchet because you don't have enough gear score to spare. And the tunic has minus movement speed. It's about the tunic, not the hatchet. Is Blood Exchange good with hatchet? No. Blood Exchange is awful. They nerfed it into the ground. It's no longer viable anymore. Blood Exchange is one of those things that they nerfed, and now it's dead. I think that guy will come chase me. It would be kind of funny. Oh. I don't know what to do. Should I just sit here? Remember, we have movement speed and he doesn't, so... Bro, that reach is crazy! Did you see that reach? On the Morning Star? Holy shit, the Morning Star is madness. Isn't that insane? I was like across his screen and I was still getting lasered. Holy shit, the morning star is silly. What the hell was that? I wasn't even close to him and I was getting hit by that shit. That is nuts. Absolutely nuts. Literally 1 HP. Hey man, 1 HP. That's all it takes. I even dodged his arrows somehow. I'll take it. Building intelligence for Barb is not worth it, and it's never worth it. If you want to do that, just run Cleric instead. Run Cleric with Invispots, it's the same exact thing. With Smite and Divine Protection. Like, you might, like, it's... There's no point in building intelligence for Barb. There's absolutely no point. It's just a waste of points. Sadly. As fun as it may or may not be, it is really not worth it. The problem is invis pots are super obvious because you can hear them being drinking. So like you don't want to make your entire build based on an invis pot. That's why you just use Cleric, because you know you can use them for free anyway. Cleric also with Smite and Divine Protection beats every single class in melee, except for like Druids and Cutthroat Rogues. Even Barbs get destroyed by it. When I tutor new players in the game. I used to tutor new players. I used to take money for coaching. This was probably over a year ago at this point. I don't really know if I do that for Dark and Darker anymore. I just don't know if I really play the game enough for it. Also, I don't know if there's really... Like, maybe I do, like, a special request, but there's really not enough new players for me to, like, really bother trying to do something like that at this point. Feels like most of the people left playing Dark and Darker are, like, veterans. Feels that way, at least. But yeah, I used to do it. I wonder where that guy went. I wanted to finish our fight, but... Maybe he used the door? Oh, maybe he did go down below. Oh. Never mind. How was it nerfed? Blood exchange? The amount of healing you get from it is almost 0 now. Like, it's just not worth using. It's basically -1 skill. Because it heals based on a percentage of your damage instead of per hit. And it's not even worth using for slow hitting weapons because it's not a high enough percentage. That was not the right fighter. I was hoping for the other fighter. Stinky Gate is a goofy name. I think the entire boss, like, gate ordeal is weird. Having to kill bosses then go to a separate module feels a little strange. Well, yeah, they over-buffed the hell out of Blood Exchange. It went from, like, average to overpowered to unusable. And then Iron Mace never touched it again. Pretty soon, I'm sure it'll just get removed from the game because they don't know how to balance it. That's what they did to Evil Eye. It was like breaking the game and they didn't know how to fix it, so they just removed it. Evil Eye is probably gone forever. I'll be back in a minute. Well, Butterby, the problem is the Northern Full Tunic is very, very slow. The only time I ever run Northern Full Tunic is if I'm fully geared. Because 14 movement speed is absolutely insane to lose. So the only time I ever run it is if I am personally running like 225 plus and I have like a full kit on. Because otherwise, you're just trolling because it's too slow. You can't just lose 14 speed for nothing. It's too much, you know? But there are builds that can make it work. There are geared builds that I've ran personally that do work. It's just a matter of... It's just a matter of what kind of thing you're going for. Personally, my favorite time to use Northern Full Tunic is the high action speed builds. When you're running Barb with like 30 to 40% action speed, that's when it really starts to feel good to me personally. You know, I will say, I think Blood Exchange should just be reverted back to the original state. I agree. I don't really understand why they didn't just do that. Because at this point, Blood Exchange has been useless for, what, like 2 months? It feels like it's been over 2 months since Blood Exchange saw any competitive use. And even in, like, low lobbies, you don't see it. It just doesn't do enough. Put it into your inventory. Well, it's never worth wearing a Northern Full Tunic if it's gray. It would only be worth it as a stat stick. It's never worth using because of the movement speed penalty. I'd rather have no shirt than wear a minus 14 movement speed piece of clothing. Movement speed is everything in solo. If you're not the fastest, you're the slowest. And you're just kind of primed to just die for free. Like, the movement speed meta in solos is really, really big. It just kind of is what it is. You cannot afford to wear a Northern Full Tunic. Yeah, this is 124 AOD. I was trying HighRoller, but the lobbies are, like, completely dead. So I wanted to, like, run around and not enter lobbies. We're playing here today. You lose the fighters and barbs. Do you run Rage and Savage Roar? Because you should have Savage Roar. I can't believe those for any hits didn't kill him. Oh, I guess I'm dead. GG. I wonder what his movement speed is. Just way too. He's running movement speed meta too. Yeah, I'm dead. I'm just dead for free as a third party. Yeah, he's got movement speed. The entire game is movement speed, butter. You cannot run a chess piece that makes you lose 14 movement speed. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. The entire game is movement speed. If you're not building for nothing but movement speed, you're doing it wrong. That's just how solos is. Like, if that guy had a northern chest tunic on, he would never catch me. But he has the movement speed too. Like, the entire game is based on movement speed. That's just, it is what it is. It's been that way for a long time. There's really no discussion about it. It's just how the game is made. If you're not building for like 330 speed with rage, like, you're too slow. It's just how it is. Well, I only lost that because it was a third party. I would never have lost that if I wasn't like literally 1 HP. It just is what it is. I mean, you know movement speed is meta because the cheapest 15 movement speed boots is 1,000 gold. Like, this is like the only stat that matters. You know, just it is what it is. Yeah, 5 movement speed rolls are just insanely pricey. It's like 500 gold for 5 speed. But like, you're the sucker if you don't have it, so you know, it is what it is. You gotta catch those 108% movement speed rangers somehow. I mean, yeah, if you don't build for movement speed, how are you gonna catch these rogues and rangers? You just don't do it. You have to build for speed. You know, like it or not, like, that is the gameplay in solo. You know, it is who is faster than the other player. Pretty much. And if you run Achilles Strike, then you just lose the barbs and fighters that are running Savage Roar. So it's like, okay, you run Achilles Strike and then maybe build a little slower. I think the answer is no. I think it's never the correct play. I think you always build for nothing but speed. Didn't they say they were going to address the movement speed meta? They did say that. But do you trust the guy that wants to remove solos from the game to balance the game for movement speed meta? I don't, but I'm perfectly okay being wrong. Barb's running Savage. Well, I run Savage. If I find a Barb running Achilles Strike and I have Savage Roar, I am confident that I'm probably gonna win that fight because I'm doing 30% more damage. Savage Roar is the correct play, yeah, in terms of like the counter, like the mirror matchup goes. Because I am fast enough to be movement speed cap with Hatchet out. I don't care about their Achilles strike. You're just going to out damage them. Only if they're bad. Definitely gonna have to disagree with you there. Considering I've been playing Savage Roar Hatchet Barb for a year now. That is just not true. Just because you fight bad Savage Roar Barbs doesn't mean it's a bad skill. Arena on Legacy? Yeah, I played the solo arena mode, it was fun, and then once it went away, I didn't want to play the game anymore, because I'd rather just play arena. So I'm probably not going to play Legacy again until arena comes back, or some updates from now. One or the other. You can't play around my Savage Roar because I'm movement speed capped with the Hatchet out. How are you going to play around that? If I get into melee range, and then I pop my rage, I'm at max movement speed. So unless you are 330 speed, you're not getting away from me. The only exception is Rogue, who can also get away at the same speed because of their double hide. It depends on if the Barb is good or not and how they build their kit. Like, are they building a kit that allows them to go 330 movement speed with rage? If no, then yes, of course Savage Roar is worthless. But if yes, then it's a completely different game. That's why your build choice is so important for solos. Part of why, at least. Yeah, I always try to build at least 314 to 315 when I play Barb and solos. Because that allows me to be movement speed cap with the Hatchet out. It's very, very, very important. Mary Kate, I was playing with the Hatchet when everybody was telling me it was bad. And that was when the Hatchet was way stronger than it is now. How did I get hit by that? I had the mummy right in front of me. That was... okay. To give you an idea of how important movement speed is, if I'm 314 and another guy is 315, he cannot run away from me. Because I am one movement speed faster, and that one movement speed means he can never actually gain distance from me. He can't do it. It's the math. Like, unless I get caught by, like, a mob or stuck on something, like, if you have Crush, even them shutting doors won't matter. Eventually, you'll catch up to them by just one movement speed. So imagine if you're 5 movement speed ahead of them, or 10 movement speed ahead of them. Well, they're never, ever, ever getting away from you, if that's the case. You know? It's the ability to dictate your fights that makes it so strong. It's why Druid is partly so overpowered. Because they have the fastest mobility in the game, so they can choose every fight they want to take. And you cannot stop them from doing it. And they don't have to do any investment to make themselves fast. They're default above the movement speed cap in the game. Just how the class is. Remember that? Defending and fighting for the Hatchet to have its chance. I like the Hatchet, man. It's been a favorite weapon of mine for a while. It's not my fault that it became meta and everybody started, like, disliking playing against the weapon. I've been using the Hatchet since everybody considered it a bad weapon. But, you know, whatever. You play heavy PDR so you don't have to run from barbs. You can do that, but if you play heavy PDR, then you don't get to dictate your fights, and everyone just runs from me. Which is why I don't like playing slow in solo. I'm only okay playing slow in solo if I'm playing HighRoller. Because it means that I have, like, a purpose. You know, if my only purpose in game is PvP, and somebody's faster than me, I can never actually fight them. Like, a PDR fighter cannot kill me if I decide not to fight him. I can run forever. But I usually commit because I want to fight everybody anyway. But that is, like, the big downside of PDR fighter, is that they do not have the speed. You know. It just is what it is. Movement speed dictates every game when it's not balanced across the board, apart from game sense, the most important skill stat in any game. Well, you know, I will say, other extraction games do not have movement speed tied to clothing. Like Legacy, I am not slower based on my clothing, so I don't have to, like, strip naked to play the game. It's actually one of the biggest downsides of Dark and Darker. I think the choice to have clothing have movement speed penalty was, like, the wrong choice. I think if they just balanced the game on not having clothing weighing you down, the game would have been better. You know, you can balance, like, the armor and the PDR a different way, but I would rather not have to, like, take my clothing off mid-fight, because it's more optimal than wearing the clothing, you know? As a player, I would feel better if it was always a plus side to wearing any armor, which in this game is not the case. If I find a northern tunic and it's gray, I'm never gonna wear it, because I don't want to lose 14 movement speed. It's just how the game is. I was gonna fight those guys, but it looked like they were gonna start teaming on me, so I just ran away. Wasn't worth it. I guess Iron Mace felt that it would be difficult to balance the clothing without, like, you know, without movement speed being a stat, but I don't know. I don't really have an answer for it or not. I don't know if it would have been better or not to have, but it just feels really, really bad. I think, like, having movement speed be so dominant. Hopefully they have a fix for it. I hope it works. I would love to see this game somehow get away from movement speed meta. I think this game would be way more fun if they managed to do it. But I don't know how do you do it? You know, what do you do to movement speed to make it not a meta stat? I'm not really sure. Well, you know, it's funny. As a movement speed barbarian, the only class in the game that does not get to choose whether I get... Am I saying that right? The only class that I don't get to choose whether to fight or not is Druid. Every other class in the game, as a max movement speed character, I can basically force a fight for the most part. Druids, they're in their own class. You know, I cannot force a Druid to fight me because he can run forever. There's nothing I can do to stop it. Easy mechanics of jump switching? What do you mean jump switching? You mean jumping to keep momentum? Well, at this point, it's just ingrained in the game's coding, right? But that wouldn't fix or not fix the game. That doesn't fix the movement speed meta. But, like, that doesn't make the game any, like, better or worse as far as movement speed goes, I don't think. Yeah, I'm aware. Well, that's my point. Druid gets to be above 330 movement speed. So they're the only class in the game that doesn't have to abide by the movement speed meta. Or, like, you know, the movement speed cap. And it's a really big deal that they don't have to do that. Because it means they get to dictate every fight. They also get to go through doors for free. It's really, really important. Did they remove bunny hopping? They did, but that doesn't fix the movement speed meta. It helps it a little bit, but it doesn't fix it. It's still, like, movement speed is still the most important stat, regardless of bunny hopping or not. It does help melee classes a little bit, because a 330 ranger bunny hopping is basically uncatchable. Because how would you? They're moving max speed without losing speed on, you know, shooting. But that still makes movement speed meta. Because that druid, like, the ranger is still building 330 speed. He just can't, like, he just can't shoot and run away at the same time, at the same speed. Oh, I got you, yeah. Yeah. So bunny hopping got removed just this recent patch. It hasn't been gone for that long. Hot swapping also got removed, too. Where you, like, swap your weapons. It used to instantly, like, appear in your hand. It doesn't do that anymore. This is what it always should have done. It just took a long time for them to implement it. I'm glad to see it, though. Believe me. I'm very happy they fixed this hot swapping stuff. Heard somebody, but I don't know where they are. They nerfed crossbows pretty hard? Not really. Windlass are still one-shotting people. Yeah, sure, they nerfed them, but they're still insanely strong. If a ranger can still one-shot you with Windlass, I would hardly call them nerfed hard. Honestly, I think they should just take Windlass out of the game. Call it a failed experiment and just rip them out completely. I don't think they belong in this game. I don't think Iron Mace can ever balance them to be not completely trash, but not also one-shotting people. So it's like, yeah, I think it'd be better to just remove them, personally. I think a game with slow gameplay that this is supposed to have probably shouldn't have one-shots from range. And I don't think that's a hot take. I think people would mostly probably agree to that. Yeah, I think the Windlass got nerfed by like 3 damage and a little bit of armor pen, but it's still fully capable. Oh shit. What the hell? This guy looks more fun to kill. Had to do it. He looked like the less Timified Barbarian. This guy has a light Akitan on, so he can't catch me. He's too slow. I can run away forever. So it's fine. I can just full heal. I'm not really in any danger. It's this guy. He's too slow. He's got a chest piece on. It's tough. Tough, man. I'd rather kill the guy that has no shirt and is why. Iron Mace is thinking of bringing a gun to the game. Are you saying that, like, just a troll? Because I think there's no way that's actually a thing. Ow. I love down. He's not kidding. What? No, you're lying. Right? You're lying? You have to be. I know you have to be trolling me. They're adding a musket? Oh, God. Are you serious? Yay, another first-person shooter. Woo! Alright. Alright, well. Alright, well. I guess we're just full sending it. Is it really? Okay, well. It's level specific to water only? Interesting. Okay. Alright, I guess I'll just wait and see before I judge it, but... Considering we already have windlasts that are one-shotting, I don't know if we need more things that are doing the same thing. It's okay. I'll hold off on my judgment for now. Okay. Is this guy moving really weird, or was it just me? It almost felt like he was lagging or something. I don't know. Maybe I'm just being paranoid. Alright, maybe it'll be balanced. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it'll be okay. I don't know. It worries me hearing Iron Mace wants to bring a gun to the game. I'm gonna be real with you. It worries me a little bit, but we'll see. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe the vision is fine. Maybe we're okay. Not gonna be balanced. I mean, they still haven't been able to balance the windlass. Yeah, I doubt it, but I guess we can wait. I think the gun is either gonna be too strong or too weak. I don't think they can get it perfectly balanced. Because it feels like it'd be very hard to do it. In a game like this, at least. They're trolling, there's no gun coming? Are they trolling me? I don't know, man. Maybe it's true. Maybe there is a gun coming. They say it's a musket or something. There's apparently leaked images of a medieval gun in the game's files. Tell you what, Iron Mace can add guns to the game as long as Cleric gets one. As long as Cleric gets one, we're good. I'm fine with that. That's my stipulation. It's not a musket. It's a medieval hand cannon. Oh, okay. It's not a musket. Okay. There's gonna be mobs with guns too. Interesting. They don't seem like they're trolling, man. I think they're being serious. I think there's I don't see how multiple people be lying, or I think they're telling the truth. I don't think they're trying to be mischievous. I'd have to look for myself, but I kind of believe them. It wouldn't surprise me, truth be told. So I'm kind of inclined to believe it. Oh, I have no empty slots. It was in a Ryan video. He data mined himself. Okay, well then it's definitely real. If that's the case, then it's definitely not a troll at all. I don't think Ryan would ever release a video that was factually incorrect in terms of like something being data mined. So, yeah, I believe it. Ryan's been around for way too long for me to ever think that he would have like false info out there. There's no way. I'm sure it's real. If it was like some random YouTuber that I've never heard of, like maybe there'd be some shred of doubt, but not if it's coming from him. Could be a mob weapon. Well, apparently there are mobs set to have weapons, guns, but apparently it's gonna be, I don't know. I have to watch the video myself because I don't want to spread misinfo myself. This is all, at this point, it's all hearsay for me. I'm just saying, I'm just guessing based on what you guys have said. Sorcerer has Frostlight Spear, which will probably still do more damage than a gun. Well, you say that, but we have no idea of knowing how much damage Iron Base wants the gun to do. You know, I will say, Midnight Walkers does guns very well. I don't know if anyone's played the, how many of you guys have played that playtest, but, you know, like, did I just see smoke like a rogue? But anyway, I didn't think that the guns in the game were, like, very oppressive. At least from the limited time I tried it, so... I think that they can work, if you balance them correctly. But the key word here is balancing correctly. I think. Yeah, this was confirmed by Odin during the tavern interview. He stated the cannon is supposed to be a feature in the new water map. There's even an early look at what it looks like. Okay, so players will have access to it. Okay. It would be weird if a weapon was only for one map. So someone said it might only be for the water map, but that also seems wrong. Because then you have to build a kit only for one map. It's hard time believing that. Also, I want to talk a little bit about what I mentioned earlier, or what we talked about earlier, with the Q amount. So right now, there's 288 Qs in Dark and Darker. If they add one new map, that is going to add... Well, right now, there's 3 maps, right? You can queue on Goblin Caves, Ruins, and the Frost map. So if they add a 4th map to the game, that would increase the number of Qs by 96, right? Is my math on that correct? We would go from 288 Qs to having... What is the math on that? What is 288 plus 96? That's 382. So we're gonna have 382 Qs plus PvE Qs. That'll also separate the player base. That's a scary number to think about if that happens. That is a horrifyingly large amount of queues. Because just one map would add like so many more. The only way it doesn't add is if they make it like an early part of another map. If it's its own separate map, like a fourth map, yeah, we're gonna go up to like 400 queues if that's the case. that's pretty nuts. I hope that doesn't happen personally. I'm gonna give quite possibly the hottest take that I know people are not gonna agree with me. At least not everybody will agree with me. Specifically because of the amount of queues in this game. I actually think the game would benefit more at this point from HighRoller not having split queues. Also, maybe even normals being 1 queue under 124. I don't think it's good for the game to have that many queues. Regardless if you think the mode is fun or not, I think it is bad for the game to have that many. Personally. Oh, I'm dead. And Morningstar has unlimited reach. Dude, Morningstar's reach is nutty. Crazy. Shit hits you from like a football field away. It's objectively not good for the game. That's the point I'm trying to make, yeah. Regardless if you think it's fun or not, objectively speaking, having that many split queues is bad for the game. At the very least, the HighRoller split is outrageous. Like, HighRoller should not be split between 2 queues. I fail to see how you can argue. I fail to see how you can argue that it's good for the game when you look at that 288 number. Like, it's no wonder the lobbies feel dead, you know? Oh, you just messed up. Yeah, you goofed up there, buddy. You pressed your button. Yeah, as long as you can get Cleric to use one of their skills early, this matchup is perfectly fine. It's just, if you get hit by both skills at the same time, you lose. Saying it's the end of wipe is not a valid excuse. I was playing last wipe, and the player count has never felt this bad. This is the worst it has ever felt. I was getting lobbies last wipe. That's just... objectively, that's just not the case. Dude, he almost 3-shot me with a gray Morningstar. That is absolutely disgusting. That is actually disgusting. Holy hell, man. I mean, I have the gameplay to prove it. You can go through my VODs on YouTube and go towards the end of last wipe and see me playing relatively full lobbies. It was nothing like it has been this wipe. This is the worst it has ever felt since multi-classing. And I don't think I'm exaggerating. It really does feel like it's that bad. It's not quite as low as multi-class, but it's really starting to get close in terms of like me feeling like the lobbies are just completely empty. That's why I'm in normals, because why would I play a mode that has no players? He used Smite. Even with Smite, the fact that I almost got 2-tapped is pretty nuts. I think that's kind of crazy, but I don't know. I know the Morningstar is strong, but holy shit. I guess it is only 4 damage less than the hatchet, so you know, there's that. What happened with Dungeonborn? Too many queues, you couldn't find a game. Well, Dungeonborn dug their own grave there. They did add too many queues, but they did it when the player base was almost dead. And they forced games to not start until the player count match was fulfilled. And the game just couldn't get players. It was like, it wasn't just that killed the game, though. But regardless, it is, I don't know, it's kind of scary, man. Like, thinking about another map getting added to the game and adding that many more queues, it's... I just don't know, man. Has Iron Mace said anything yet about if it'll be a separate map or not? Or if it'll be, like, part of a different map? Because right now, the Ice Abyss is 2 maps, right? The first and second floor. Ruins is 3. Crypts, Hell. Goblin Caves is 1. So, are they gonna add it to... Well, they wouldn't add it to Caves. And it doesn't feel like it fits being added to Ice Cave either. So how do you do it? How do you add it to the game without, like, killing the game's use? I don't know. I actually don't know the answer to that question. I have no idea. I hope Iron Mace knows. Because I'm not, you know, I don't have to know. But they do. I don't know. It's hard to say, man. Sad, which mid-wipe changes do you think it is? Yeah, because as of right now, I'm assuming the map would get added right here in the middle. So you're gonna basically be increasing your total. I mean, it's 33%, right? I mean, unless there's some kind of change that I'm not aware of that Iron Mace wants to do. I'm sure the lobbies will fill just fine, like at this very start of wipe, but I don't know. I can't shake that feeling of wondering how you fill 400 queues. That just sounds insane to me. And it feels like the big, like, you know, the big reasoning for why it feels so bad is because of how many different gear score queues there are, you know? I mean, every single map has 2 separate queues. But if you remove those, then people get mad. So it's like, what do? You keep them in and keep the number of queues that results in dead lobbies? Or do you remove it and not listen to the people that get upset if it gets removed? I don't even know. Play Cleric? I mean, playing Cleric at this point is basically the same thing as playing Barb. Because Cleric's only viable build is Smite Divine Protection, which is literally the same thing as playing Barb. You're both just melee classes. There's no real difference between the two. Spell Cleric is dead in solos. It is completely dead. It's not worth playing. I'm sorry. It is 100% dead and gone. Is solo ruined? What do you mean is solos ruined? I'm not saying that solos is ruined. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that if they add an extra map, I mentioned it earlier. Right now, this game has 288 total queues between all of the different servers, and then all of the different gear score matchmaking systems and solo duo trio. There's 288 different ways to play the game outside of arena, which adds more. If you add one more map, the queue total goes from 288 to 382. Because it adds 96 or maybe 384. I don't know, it's close. It adds like an extra third queue size, and we're already struggling to find players in HighRoller. So I'm worried next wipe, if it doesn't draw a significant number of players, and then we start to dwindle like we have this wipe again, that it's gonna just get even worse. Just because, you know, you're not gonna be able to find any players. Because there's just too many different ways to play the game, you know? That's all I was saying. I'm not saying solos in particular is ruined. I'm just putting it out there that I'm not really sure how the game's gonna work with so many different queues. That's all. You know, a guy who would argue Caster Cleric is a good class? I mean, maybe if you don't know how to walk away for 5 seconds while their buffs disappear. I guess. You have 3 people who stopped playing because of those changes above. You like most of them, but you feel like Goblin Cover Merchant as well as Swarm Closing or Bunny Hopping. Well, Sad, it sounds like you dislike things that I actually think are better for the game. I don't think HighRoller should have Goblin Gear Recovery, personally. But that's because of player abuse. Do you know how many times I fought people that would drop their gear in, like, little corners and run away from me? So they would let me kill them. Just so I... Alright, hold up, let me... Sorry, I got my mind... I had to focus on the fight. What was I saying? Yeah, so I think the Goblin Recovery was a good change. I don't think you should get your gear back in HighRoller. The Swarm Closing, I'm actually in the middle. I think it's good and bad, but it's specifically because of, it's because of the continuous dungeon. I think the Circle Closing is good, specifically because they want continuous dungeon in the game, and having the map open at the very start and letting people camp extractions for entire matches is bad. However, if you want to go back to how it used to be 2 wipes ago, when it was not continuous, are we fighting again? Sorry, I'm just kind of busy. Alright, I don't know where he went. Oh my god, is he invis? Wait, is he invisible? I'm confused. I don't know. You never get gear because then most of the time that one person has it left. I'd have to like actually read through everything that you said. I'm trying to find this cleric. I'm distracted. I swear he's invisible or something. But yeah, no. So my opinion is that continuous dungeon does not work the way it was earlier this season. The circle closing is like the solution to a problem that Iron Mace created. The only way that you can get rid of the circle is if you take away continuous dungeon and make it like it used to be. But I just don't think Iron Mace wants to do that. So it's like, what do you... Oh, playing Fight Club here. Come on. Or... a big waste of skills. I mean, I'm never gonna fight you, dude. You can't catch me. You don't have movement speed. What are you gonna do? I'll even play you a song. How's normals? Well, as far as PvP goes, it's pretty good. Ooh. You know, once that smite skill's gone, you're dead. Well, unless I mess up. I won't say that, because I might actually die. If I make a misplay, I'm dead here. Right. Sorry, buddy. Cleric on cleric violence and all. Unlucky. Unlucky. Sacrifices have to be made for the greater good, and that's me. Oh, Willie, was that you? Yeah, that's unlucky. No honor amongst clerics, huh? I mean, I didn't have a choice but to back away at that point. If I don't back away, I just end up dying myself, so... Nah, you can fight without third parties in normals, but HighRoller is really... Oh. This is got me. There is zero chance he's faster than me. There is just no way. He can't be faster than me. He can be fast, but he can't be faster. Big difference. Yes! Yes! Get out of here. He bonked his morning star on the door or something. Yeah, I figured he was done after that. Alright, good. Okay, that's 4 kills this game. Get your necklace. Wait, why? What kind of what are you rocking on your neck, buddy? Something good? Oh, this one? Pretty decent. Dude, honestly, this guy's cleric build probably works pretty well. Just run like movement speed. And then just run like a morning star. Like, he has a really decent build. It would probably work really well in these lobbies, I imagine. It's basically the same as playing Barb, but still, I imagine it's pretty good. I wonder what his movement speed is. It's gotta be at least 305, right? With the Lightfoot boots, at least 305. Hard to imagine it's faster than that, though. Just because he has the champion armor on. Another one goes down? Another cleric? Yeah, because they're playing cleric. He was close, though. He was 1 hit away. You dislike trio because of the sword. It makes it hard because most fights there's only 1 person left. You have to choose between grabbing your gear or those that you killed. Yeah, it's fair. It could be a difference between the mode. Regardless, the reality is the reasoning that the circle feels required is because of Iron Mace and creating the continuous dungeon system. It's like, that is the reason, you know? If they decide to remove the continuous dungeon, then I would have no issue with them taking back the circle. But they have to do one or the other. They have to choose. You can't have both. You can't let people leave the game right at the very start for free. You know, I should have grabbed that Cleric's full kit just so I could see like what his stats exactly were. Probably a misplay that I did. SDF seems pretty keen on the endless dungeon system. So if that's the case and SDF does not plan to get rid of continuous dungeon, then it means that the circle is probably here to stay, or we're just going to go back to the problems we had at the start of the wipe. Which I don't know, which feels bad too. I don't know what the answer is, man. I don't know what needs to be done. I'm just gonna friggin' vendor some stuff. I don't care. There's way too much here. It looks like kind of trash. So thing is, I don't keep a lot of complete trash on me. Most of the stuff is at least decent. Need some space. I'm kind of thinking of moving this stuff to Cleric just to kind of see what his stats will look like. Holy hell, this is like really bad. I have no space. This is so silly. Okay. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to start just vendoring stuff here soon. Alright, let me go to my Cleric real quick. The Fog of War does suck indeed. Do not like the Fog of War. What was he running? That. That. Then it was a shop all day fur. But with a vision, which is going back to the previous vision. They do a lot of flip-flopping for sure. I can't entirely disagree with that. I don't know how I really could disagree with that. It is true. They do. Whatever. And then he had what? A gray chest piece. Champion armor, right? This is what he was running. He only had 25% PDR, which isn't even that much. I guess the PDR skill does make a big difference, but... Holy hell. Good riveted for this build. Honestly, I'm fine, man. I have so much gear and money. It's fine. I wasn't really planning on playing it. I just wanted to see what his stats were like. Yeah, so that guy's running 301 speed. Like, he's not even that fast. Like, if I don't want to fight this guy, I just don't have to ever fight him. It's because of this armor. Like, this is 12 speed. I just don't know if it's ever correct wearing this. Even though you get the armor from it, it just feels really bad. I don't know if I agree with that, what that guy was doing. Oh, he had light gauntlets. Oh, did he? That makes more sense. I probably mixed up one of my Barbarian pieces of gear. You're probably right. He probably did have light. That makes way more sense, actually. Now that you say that. I got it. You're killing the same 3 players in normals. You know, now that you say that, you're probably right. I think most of the players I've killed in normals, I've killed a few duplicates multiple times. I feel like I'm fighting the same, like, group of probably less than 50 people. Which is definitely sad. In HighRoller, it's even worse, though. In HighRoller, you just don't get lobbies at all. Well, I mean, you get them, but you don't find, like, any players, really. Yeah, it sucks, man. Watching this game kind of, like, feel like it's tapering off is definitely not a great feeling. I would love to be able to play HighRoller and, you know, get, like, full lobbies and all that jazz, but it's not the reality. It's not at the moment. Population is definitely low. But here's the thing. I'm pretty sure if we compared it... Okay, so right now we're how far away from next wipe? We're 3 weeks away. Because it's April 10th. So if we compared So how many days is it for next wipe? 20 days? 20-ish? We're definitely a little bit lower than we were. It's really going to be telling of what we get on, like, the wipe itself. I don't know. I don't know what's making it feel so low, exactly. Like, I know it's end of wipe, but it just feels lower than last wipe, and I can't really explain, like, the reasoning for why it feels lower. I don't really have an answer for you. It just feels lower. I don't know. I wish I had an answer. Or I wish I had, like, more of a, like, a reasonable response to that. I just don't. Is this season longer than... I felt like last season was pretty long. Was this one 4 versus 3? Because that would probably have something to do with it too, I imagine. Hey, Bones. Yeah, I've been back kind of on and off for Dark and Darker for the last... I don't know, probably like the last week. Kind of been playing a few times here or there. Cookie, what do you think people quit on exactly? Like, which specific part of the patch do you think made people quit? Is it the circle? Is it the bunny hopping and the hot swapping getting taken away? Because I've seen tons of people complaining about that. Is it the just general low population of lobbies? I'm not really sure. I don't even think this last patch was all bad. I think it's been blown out of proportion a little bit. I do agree that the wipe timer has been like way too long. I mean, I already went over the negatives, what I think was bad, and I did a whole video on it. So my thoughts are already kind of out there anyway. The random tiles in Goblin Caves pisses me off. Between that and the Fog of War, it just feels really bad. Oh. Well, the problem is, Iron Mace created the problem themselves. By creating an environment where people can run to an extraction point in the first minute of the game, and then camp it for entire matches, risk-free, they created a system where they needed a circle to fix the problem that they created. If they didn't do that this season and add the continuous dungeon system, it would not have felt like we needed it as much, but it's just not the case. Season started on December 18th. April 10th is about 4 months. Yeah, it should be about 4. The 200k skin was an ass. The 200,000 gold skin for a recolor was definitely pretty, like, low effort. I don't think you'll hear many complaints about that. Like, it wasn't even an original skin. It's just a recolor of a skin that we already have, and it doesn't even really look good. To be honest with you, I don't even think it looks good at all. I mean, I'm sure it's just, like, some asset they bought from the store, but it couldn't at least be something new that we didn't have already. Would have been nice. The bar in my lobby's juice. Well, then I guess I'll have to go find him and kill him, huh? This gets 5 to 10k minimum. Alright, well, I guess we're gonna have to go find him then, huh? Some players suggested a lever to open up a gate. I gave the same exact suggestion in the beginning of the season. And that would have resolved it 100%. And for some reason, they were not capable of doing that. So, we're left with, you know, it's just what it is what it is. Is that the juice Barbarian? Could be. I don't know if it is. Oh, my guess is yes. Oh. That's gotta be the geared player. For sure. That's him? Yeah, I kinda figured. There's no way this random sorcerer is gonna chase me. Well, I can't fight him, or the barb will chase me. If he wants to chase me, I'll kill him for free. I can't fight him, because then I'll get killed by the barb. And that is why I did it that way. Oh, there you go. GG. Alright, I'm curious how kitted he is now. We'll see. He didn't have rage, I don't think. Is that a mirror? Yeah, but apparently he's more geared than I am. So we're gonna take a look here in a second. What he's rocking. Obviously, the better Barbarian player won that one, right? Obviously. We all know it. Where's he running? Oh, wow, you were, oh my god, you are not lying. Bro, this guy gear diffed the hell out of me. Oh, imagine losing the mirror with a better build. So funny. Oh my god. This dude's in this. Oh my god. What the hell is this shit, man? Scumbag. Oh man, oh man. Okay. Yeah, well. There you go. You don't need expensive gear to beat people like this. You just gotta outplay them, I guess. I keep taking your necklaces? Sorry. Why didn't you kill him? Should've killed him. One for one on hits. Yeah, but the difference in that fight was that I had rage and he didn't. I think it was on cooldown. So him not using rage won me that fight for sure. I actually mentioned this the last time I streamed. Running a biscuit in normals, you don't bring a good weapon. You bring a bad weapon, and then you grab everything else, you know, souped up and juiced. That's the way you're supposed to do it, at least. Yeah, I personally will not run a gear set this juiced. I just don't think there's just no need. There's no reason for it. It's just so unnecessary. You don't need to be this juiced for normals. You really don't. I just need space. I don't really care. I feel so bad vendoring this, but I know it doesn't really matter. But if I don't have any space, and what good is it gonna do me? I was like, holding on to this stuff isn't gonna help either. Screw it, I can just vendor the meds, too. I definitely do not need this many meds. That is, like, completely unnecessary. I'll put his stuff, like, right here in this little corner. I think he thought I was lower than I really was. Because he used both of his abilities to chase me, which, by the way, made no sense. Why would you use Savage Roar to chase me? I think he misclicked or something. I don't really know. But regardless, yeah, I think he thought I was way lower since I just got done fighting. That's why I wanted to kill him without taking damage. Because I knew that guy was going to be chasing me the moment that fight was done. He's in Biss and you're not me. Yeah, but you can do it. You can win that. I believe in you. Just gotta trust yourself. So, just gotta trust yourself, man. It's fine, I promise. You don't trust yourself at all? You should. Yeah, it's funny. I've seen some people ask me why I run Biss and normals, and this is my gear. And it's so laughable because it shows that they just don't understand in this game. Because the call, like, my gear Biss makes no sense. Because then, you look at this guy's gear and you realize, like, what Biss actually looks like. Like, these pants are probably 4K. This dude's gear set was probably 10K. Somewhere around 10, I imagine. And my gear set is 1,000, 1,500 maybe. My gear set is like half the cost of the pants alone. Which is so silly to think about. Do I think we were 1-for-1 on hits? It seems like we were about 1-on-1, I would say. Well, the real outplay was that he used his skills early, and then he didn't use one of his skills in the fight. So I fought him with a +1 skill advantage, which ended up winning me a fight where I was gear diff like crazy. That's really all I got. Also, I kind of tricked him into thinking I was low. You know, I played around that sorcerer W-king me and not taking damage. And I made that guy think I was low HP. And then he wasted his skills and didn't have one of his skills for the fight, which pretty big deal. Like he just didn't have rage. He just didn't have the damage bonus. Like in a straight 1v1 fight where we're both playing exactly the same, we both hit both our skills and we both hit each other 1 for 1 in the same spots, he wins that fight. There's no way I win that otherwise. Either I outplayed him or he played bad. It's one or the other. Take your pick. I think both are probably maybe a little true. There's no way that guy has any loot on him. Alright, well. Okay. I don't feel like killing this mob. I feel a little bad killing him and not looting him, but I don't feel like killing a centipede. So I guess it's just gonna go to the dungeon. You're in my lobby? Why do you keep joining my lobby then? Join a different lobby. Stop joining my lobby then, man. Just join something else. Normals are dead? How can normals be dead? HR is dead. If normals is dead, that means everything is dead. You keep finding the same people? Alright, I mean, that's fair. I've seen the same people a lot today, too. You're not wrong on that. The name in the kill feed? You mean Smash me, Garag? Yeah, I've seen him a few times. I had a fist fight with him earlier. That was pretty fun. I did beat him, though. Dying to a goblin mage is definitely crazy work for him. I don't know what happened there. Unlucky, I guess. Unless he did it on purpose. For some reason. You know, funny enough, based on the classes that I've been fighting, I think it would be better if I took Crush back off. Because I haven't really been, like, I put it on because of, like, the wizard I fought, and I felt like I was gonna keep fighting him, and I just never saw him again. So that's kind of unlucky. It's a little unlucky, man. I would like my axe spec damage for these barb matchups, but I don't know. I love the hit through the shield. That's pretty good gameplay for sure. He blocked it and just went straight through it. Unlucky. I wonder if he's faster than me. We're gonna find out here in a minute. He just takes his clothes off. This is definitely peak Dark and Darker gameplay, where the other guy gets naked in front of you because the movement speed meta is so egregious that he has to be faster or I kill him. That's so funny to me. It's so silly. Alright, come on. Movement speed meta is king, right? Yeah. I'm gonna chase him forever. I don't really care. No. No. Get out of the way, goblins! Why, man? Why am I so unlucky? Why are the goblins getting in my way? Oh my god, this is so stupid. I'm glad every goblin in the bottom area got in my way. Wonderful. Oh, so sad. Tragic, even. Outran. Yeah, he out movement speed meted me. I'm looking. I mean, I can't be much faster. I'm like as fast as I can reasonably be. Damn, unlucky. Tragic. The sad thing is, if those goblins down below had been nightmare ones, I probably wouldn't have gotten caught. It's just they walk so slow. It's the problem. Yeah, oh well. That's all useless anyway. Dude, you know, now that you mention it, Will, it really is the same exact people every game I'm playing. Like, the same exact people. I have seen this guy at least 3 or 4 times in the last, like, 45 minutes. Because he has that blue name. I know I've seen him a few times. I guess both the modes are dead. It's just normals is slightly less dead because it has the same exact people running it. I've been in all your lobbies. No, I'm agreeing with you. I think you're right. Kind of sad, to be honest. Like it makes the game feel dead when you're fighting the same exact people over and over again in a PvP game like this. That was you, DS? You were the rogue? Yeah. I tried. Yeah. Yeah, you got me there. You know what's funny? If you had came back, you probably could have killed me because I got stuck between some goblins using the elevator. But you were too scared to come back. I've been in every single one of your lobbies. You're not trying to be in my lobbies. I believe you. I would not be surprised. It almost feels like I'm playing the same 1 or 2 normal lobbies on like an endless loop. You know, you get in one lobby, then you leave and you join like the second one, and there's like only 2 lobbies just running at one time. That's how it feels, at least. I don't know if that's actually true, but it feels true. Playing Legacy? Well, I'm not like done with Legacy, but the game is just kind of, I don't know, honestly, man, the game's just kind of dead. We need some content updates. I still like the game, and I like the devs, but until the devs get some content and they start advertising and get more of a player count, I just don't think the game is really worth playing for me at the moment. To be honest, it's really just not worth playing. And I've also done everything that game has to offer. Like, I have done all of the content. So until we get new stuff, it's kind of like the same difference. The next one coming out, well, the next one is going to be a playtest. The next one is Mistfall Hunter. And that game is going to be playtestable at the end of this month. That was the Dark Souls one. So I'll be playing that when it does release. Midnight Walkers comes in June. But Vault Breakers and Mistfall Hunter both come out before Midnight Walkers, so I'm looking forward to those games first. People should come up with a PV spot. Well, you can't now. It's randomized dungeons and there's Fog of War. So you can't even really meet like you used to. Because you used to just meet in the center, but you can't do that anymore. Yeah, I'm not saying that I think Legacy is bad, but low player count and no more content. If the game had infinite arena for solos, I would play it. I would 100% log on right now to play solo arena, because that was the only thing left that it's actually fun. But at this point, I just don't think there's much else for me to do, so we're just kind of chilling. Well, I was a little hesitant on Vault Burgers at first, but they confirmed that they're going to be adding solos to the game, so obviously my interest has peaked more, because I'm a solos guy. Yeah, they had that thing where, like, solos would get buffs to fight teams, but it was not enough. Like, it still felt very imbalanced and unfun. I would rather just play solos. But luckily they're adding it, which is great. Come back. Come back, Barb. Uh-oh, is he scared? Or did you take damage or something? Oh god, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, I didn't mean it. No, what? How are you alive? How? Still alive? How many hits? Where? How much PDR do you have? You only have 38. What the hell is that? Secrets of Skyval did not have solos, so I didn't even bother. Dude, what the hell is this shit, man? How did that Barb win that? Or the fighter win that? I outplayed the shit out of him. He was just parry botting. Oh, it's so sad. So sad. What the hell, man? That is so silly. Okay, well. GG, I suppose. That's so tragic. Tankiest guy alive, I suppose. Oh yeah, I can't use those. I need dexterity. Do I have any dexterity rings? True Fist? And you know what's even more sad? I could have got away from him, but there was a cleric behind me, so I had to run away. Or like there was nowhere for me to go. So the third party got me killed too, which is just even more tragic. So silly. I know, looted by the cleric. Didn't even have to do anything for that fight. Tragic. This is so tragic. Oh well, man, it's fine. I'm not upset about it. It's fine. Did you play Seeker of Skyvale, Marco? Because I saw kind of mixed reviews about it. And then not only that, but again, it looked like it didn't have solos, so I just kind of like disregarded it, you know. A little bit of both. Cannot believe he had 3 HP. I'm a little salty. 3 goddamn health, man. What the hell was that? That is insane. Oh. Dude, I know. If I had axe specialization, that fighter's dead. Oh my god, it's true. If I have axe spec instead of this freaking crush, that guy's super dead. Damn, that's so true. Maybe that's a sign that I should take off crush. Is that a sign? It feels like a sign. Maybe that's proof that axe specialization is better than crush in low lobbies. Maybe. Think about this too. I could have had Berserker and axe specialization against that fighter. Another thought. You just have to drop Iron Will for it, no problem, right? No problem. Nah, I'm just kidding. You can't do that. If you drop Iron Will, then you die to sorcerers for free. You can't do that. Unless you just really believe that you're not going to fight a single sorcerer. I'd recommend not doing it. What sorcerers? You know, I thought the same thing, Butterbee. And then yesterday, or 2 days ago, when I tried to run with no Iron Will, the very first game I played, I got launched across the map by a sorcerer and died. Literally the first game I tried it. So, it would be that sorcerer. There are enough barbarians that I would seriously consider just dropping both again. Because having Berserker and Axe Spec is kinda crazy. What would I play then? There's a rogue here in there. I heard footsteps. I know I heard footsteps. Where is he? Are you under? He's gotta be under, right? Because he would already be visible. Hello? I love getting hit for 70% of my health from a bear druid. Awesome. Great. Okay. Alright. Fun game. Druid comes down, hits me for 70% of my health. Insane. Insane. Okay. Alright, guys. I think that's gonna be it for the day. Alright, that was fun. That was fun. I enjoy Druid a lot. Thank you guys for watching the stream. It's been a blast. I might try out that Slay the Spire game soon. Because I'm kind of at a point where I'm not really sure what to play. I don't want to play Legacy until it gets some updates. And Dark and Darker is kind of dead right now. It's like I'm fighting the same people on loop almost every game. And HighRoller is dead. So, I don't know. Maybe I'll try out that game or do something else. I don't know. We'll figure it out. But, GG's. It was fun, though. I enjoyed the fights today. I just wish that we were fighting more of a array of classes. Or array of people, I should say. But it's okay. Did the circle kill HR? I have no idea what happened, Dennis. I'm not sure. I just know that when I try to play HR, like, my games are completely dead. Like, I don't really have an answer for you. Well, Slay the Spire isn't an ARPG. It is it's a roguelike game. I do like ARPGs. I played Path of Exile 2 when it first released. But I haven't played any ARPG since that game released. But someone told me that Slay the Spire 2 is apparently coming out soon. So it would be a decent time to give that first game a go. I'm considering it. You know what else would be fun to play on stream? Balatro. That game's pretty fun. I don't know if anyone would care to watch me play that, though. It's pretty enjoyable, though. We'll see. Alright, guys, thank you all for stopping by. I appreciate it. If you don't mind liking the video on YouTube before you go, appreciate it. Helps the VOD, so thanks in advance. If you're on Twitch, I'm gonna drop a follow. Should be live again soon. We are currently just waiting for... yeah, we're just kind of waiting. We're just waiting for the updates, guys. That's all. That's it. That's it. We're just waiting for Dark and Darker Wipe. We're waiting for Legacy updates. We're waiting for the Mistfall beta at the end of the month. We're waiting for the Vault Breakers beta in April. We're waiting for Midnight Walkers in June. We got a lot of stuff going on, but right now we're just kind of in a waiting room area. So it's fine. It is what it is. Thank you all for watching. Appreciate it. I'll see you guys soon. All right. Catch you later.